Drop the sins, government and money. Whatever. Government and money. Hi guys, and welcome to a new episode on this channel. Today we're talking about government and money. So how about we get started? Government money doesn't just are in the banks. They're everywhere. And this is how taxes work. Taxes work like this. You have to pay on stuff. Well, there's a tax on the income tax on how much money you earn. Like, let's say you got $5,000 and then you have to pay $1,000. So you have $4,000 in the end. And then the tax on money on a business earn is called a corporate tax. And workers and business both have to pay Social Security. Money specifically goes to the healthcare and public schemes and public retirements. And eventually, tax on things that people do buy are called value-added tax (VAT). And tax on things people leave behind is after they die is called inheritance tax. Tax on possessions and money is called wealth tax, and tax on goods imported from abroad is called tariff. And usually, taxes are made fair. Let's say that everybody has to pay $10,000 a year. Well, that's bad, since one woman says that she earns $20,000 a year, so that'll be half of her money. But this guy is a really good entrepreneur, is good because he has $200,000 a year, so it's only 5% of his money. And usually, the government puts taxes on stuff so that it would discourage people to buy from them. And sometimes banks print more money than they actually can afford. And look at this taxometer. If you watch my videos on reading this, then you will figure out what this means. So watch those videos if you haven't. And keeping track, all the governments tries to keep track of what's happening and what can be put on taxes. And sometimes money gets more and more expensive. That the money you earn is actually cheaper than you earned in the first place, in the days when you earned it. So let's say that you had a savings account and you never touched it for 10 years straight. And now let's say that you have $500,000 there, and then all of it, and then it was multiplied eventually by 400 because they were pretty nice and it took 400 years, and then you got this much money. And that is really useful whenever you're talking about setup stuff. Oops, it was upside down. This is really useful in loans, by the way. And then, sounds great. Let's say that nobody ever pays any taxes, that the whole government has total control over the economy. Then the goods and services will be supplied by the government, and then the people give everything they produce to the government, and in exchange the government shares these goods and services out of the people, and boom, everybody's happy. No news for money. And this idea sounds really good, but then why do we actually do it? It's already been tried somewhere, like in Russia, something almost like it. But it's pretty much impossible for a government to actually control literally everything that everybody does. And even though we're still working together, our money still worth something, we still share it thing. Like a family shares stuff. And that's it. That's most of the things that we covered in this video. Part 8 will be coming in another video, in the next video of the series. The final video will be next video. See you in that episode. Shinhan out. Peace.